of the entry teacher's pay, which would be $5,000. My recommendation personally is that we would hit somewhere in the middle, not high, not low, but hit in the middle, which would our total compensation. My recommendation would be that we would have an annual stipend of $2,500, with our board meetings being at $85, and the other, in the quote unquote other meetings, the special session meetings, being $75. And I would open that up for motions and then discussion as well. Is there a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
What did you say the annual was?
Going from 2,000 to 2,500.
We've been at 2,000. We could be as high as 5,000. And my personal recommendation would be to put it at $2,500. So we've got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions or discussions? I mean, now's the time to have it. We only do this every 15 years.
I guess it's an odd feeling, right?
It is.
To vote for a raise for yourself. So,
Mhm.
yeah, but I know, I think I speak for everyone when they say no one got into this for the money. So,
Well, and I would say,
but including the people out there in the gallery.
and I spoke to a few others that when I got elected to the board, I didn't realize we even got money for it.
Right.
So it's not like we come on to get any money.
And I think the other piece of this is taking it in light of the fact that the makeup of the board and the personalities and the motives of why we're on the board is wonderful. But we also know that we're setting the precedent for what is going to be for future board members. And I think the objective is, for many reasons, we want to always get the best candidates and the people who are going to represent things well. And I think that's a token of the appreciation, or and it also is a bit of the expectation of the work that we put in as preparation and the seriousness that we take this role. So for all those things, I think it's an appropriate thing.
Yes, for as hard as we try to keep things off your plate, it still does require time and effort on your part that a lot of people don't understand. So, we appreciate that, but I think, now, like Dennis said, it's difficult for all of you to do this, but I think it's just making an adjustment for the future. I mean, and it's not like you're going to be.
It's not I don't think it's a gouge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've got a recommendation and a motion and a second. All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Next, we're moving to the end of the year appropriation transfers.
Yes, this is, Kristen submits these transfers every year, and it's to move the money around in the accounts to zero those out, the ones that may have dipped into the red. But overall, you saw the numbers are good, but this is an accounting step, and she needs you to approve all those end of the year transfers.
Excellent. We've got a recommendation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Melissa.
Second.
Thank you, Dennis. Any questions? And if there are not, all those in favor? Thank you. And I didn't see any presentations, recognition, so we're moving to action items.
Yeah, next will be personnel, and I recommend that you approve those as presented.
Excellent. We've had that list and been able to look through it. We've got a recommendation. Is there a motion? Thank you, Greg. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Adam. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Thank you. And next, we're going to slide to the business, and it's Boone County Health Department.
Yeah, I recommend you approve the MOU with the health department in the event that there would ever need to be a mass dispensing site, that we provide that at Western Boone Junior Senior High School. So it's just kind of the guidelines that would go along with what we would need to provide in the event that that were to occur. So I would recommend you approve that. And this is something that we've approved in previous years as well.
Sounds good. So we've got a recommendation for that MOU. And is there a motion? Thank you, Phil. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Greg. All those in favor? Thanks. Non-resident students is next.
Yeah, we have a couple here for the 25-26 school year. Daxton Thompson, Granville Wells Kindergarten, and then Vincent Eber, Western Boone, grade 11. So I would recommend you approve those.
Thank you. We've got a recommendation for those two non-resident students. Is there a motion? Thank you, Greg. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Melissa. All those in favor? Great. And out-of-state overnight field trips is next.
Yeah, we have two from Michaela Smith, FFA related. The first one's Indiana FFA Leadership Center, January 29th to February 1st. And then the second one's the Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky on February 13th. So hope for good weather on both those.
For the drive back?
Yeah, the drive back. I don't think we'll let any of us ever forget that.
So we have a recommendation. Those have gone through the normal approval process, and I would accept a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Adam. All those in favor? Thanks. Donations.
Yeah, we have three here. Western Boone Athletics received a $1,500 donation from Arbor Homes for the Jim Wall sponsorship. The Western Boone Bowling Club received an anonymous donation of $100. And then the Western Boone Athletics received a $3,000 donation from Home National Bank. I would recommend you approve each of those. And we appreciate those businesses and individuals for their support of our student athletes.
Absolutely. We have a recommendation. Is there a motion for those donations?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Greg. All those in favor? And next are claims.
I have a few to mention tonight. December 22nd, we made an ACH payment to Resource Services in the amount of $5,412.38, and that was a scrubber for Thorntown Elementary School. We made our debt payments. We make those twice a year. We made our debt payments December 29th via wire transfer. The 2024 bonds, that payment's made to Argent, which took over for Huntington, the trustee bank. That was $793,500. The 2016 GEO bond to BOKF, that was $192,400. And I'm pleased to say that that is the last payment on those bonds, so they are paid off. And then the next three were made to Bank of New York. The 2022 bond was $319,500. The 2016 refunding bond was $1,561,000, and the 2019 bonds was $80,500. And so those were the wired bond payments. We also on December 31st, we made an ACH payment to Michael's Pro Painting for $5,375, painting at Western Boone. If you look through the claim register, you'll see we receipted money from a CD that matured at North Salem Bank that we transferred back to our normal bank account on January 5th. That was $357,356.74. And then we had several construction invoices. Again, those are all included at the back of your claim register. So those were all normal payments to the contractors wrapping up that project. The one I would mention was check 10061 to Pro Power Industries, $14,890. And that was for the remaining balance on the new bumper plates for the weight room that look really sharp. So those were the ones that I was going to mention tonight for the claims.
Excellent. Do we have a motion to approve the claims from December 8th through January 12th, 2026 then as submitted?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Thank you, Greg. Any questions, any discussion on it? If there is none, all those in favor? Thank you. And monthly financial reports are next.
We did those already in the Board of Finance report, so
Check.
you do not have to listen to me any longer.
No pun intended.
Okay.
And we do appreciate Kyle's efforts and putting everything together here. It's a additional workload, but, thank you, Kyle, for doing that.
You're welcome.
Definitely. It's an appreciated summary. To me, it helps kind of bring pieces from the other meetings and other topics that we talk about through the year and helps me to get a big picture, definitely the overview to keep things in perspective of how things run. So you always do a great job explaining that. And so thanks for your work with it. In the category of other,
We have a few here I shared with you this afternoon, and so I'll read them. Under personnel, Granville Wells, Paige Stanley, employment, homebound teacher, effective January 13th to May 21st. Thorntown, Shirley Poole, part-time cafeteria monitor to substitute kitchen, effective January 8th. And Western Boone, Paul Jones, substitute custodian to full-time custodian, effective January 4th. Under business, we have two non-resident students. The first one's Peyton Boggs, Thorntown, grade 2 for this school year. Second one's Cadence McKinney, Thorntown, grade 6 for this school year. And then last but not least, another donation. Granville Wells received an anonymous donation of $1,500. So I would recommend you approve that. So
excellent. We have a recommendation. Is there a motion to approve the personnel, the two non-resident students, and then the donation?
So moved.
Second. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Adam. All those in favor? Okay. And announcements.
just a reminder, next Monday is Martin Luther King Day. We'd have to miss 3 days in order to not go on Martin Luther King Day. So hopefully for Lisa and I and Dennis' sake, that will not happen this week. And then the other would be, I'd be remiss not to mention that it's School Board Appreciation Month. So I know that I speak for everybody in here. We appreciate all that the 7 of you do, and we're very fortunate to have you on the school board. So thank you very much.
The only one I had was the put on your trivia hats.
Oh,
Right,
yes.
because we've got-
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got get your teams together and
Trivia night to February 21st at Stookies. It's Saturday night.
start recruiting now.
Yeah, and if you're not interested in participating, we're always looking for round sponsors. So,
Or maybe a really good dessert.
our really good
raffle off.
dessert. Yes, I know like Trisha Stanley and Trisha Reed have done that in the past. So Trisha's Reed's Dirt Pudding, $1,500 last year. So it's always a good night for
I'll
everyone.
get it.
I have a report, more of an announcement. I went on a field trip Wednesday with the 6th graders, both from Wells and Thorntown. Went to J.A. BizTown. It's something that the Western Boone Education Foundation helped pay for, and some businesses helped pay for the other half. I've been on a lot of field trips in the past, but this thing was the best I've ever been on. Kids are engaged from the time they go in till they leave. It's a big warehouse, and they've built a little city in there with little businesses, and they have material ahead of time to study to see what a CEO and a CFO and managers and all. So these kids are already set, and they go into these businesses, and they go in and they have to print checks and write checks and sign checks, and then they have to make money. Somehow they're all different ways that businesses make money. And I don't know, I just thought it was awesome.
Where's it located?
It's on Keystone, just south of 465.
Across the river, right into like a little strip mall
It's a
there.
little strip mall.
Yeah.
Who funds it?
Junior Achievement does, right? Junior
Yeah,
Achievement
Junior
runs.
But the businesses are real businesses. I mean, Radio Disney and One America and Peyton Manning Hospital and Huntington Bank. And so I assume those people give them money to have
Right.
the businesses in there and have their advertising, but there's probably,
WBS gave them a pretty good grant. We should make sure those.
To be able to go, but
Yeah.
the actual the Biz Town or whatever's financed through Junior Achievement and then, yeah. Tricia or Abby, one of you I had spoken with and you had said you'd gotten great feedback. So that's good to hear that from you as well, Greg.
That's awesome. I think just in light of transparency, folks know we're in the interview process for our next superintendent. And again, I think there's amounts that you can share and not share. But again, in the spirit for our community of being transparent, we've had some amazing applicants. And so we've been working with the university search team. They've helped us to get put that pool together and given us recommendations on the process. We've been going through interviews. So that's when you heard the executive sessions earlier in the board meeting with those being approved. That's primarily what it's around. There's obviously some confidentiality pieces, but I think it's important that the community just be aware of the fact that we're being very thorough in this process. And I think we've had, again, some amazing presentations and some very good interviews. And we will be continuing that interview process in the coming weeks. And I feel like we're on track with it. And I think when it's time to make that transition, our proactive steps and cooperative nature with things, I think we'll be in good hands. So that's about as much as I can share at this point. But just to be, again, open to the community, letting them know that those things are going on, and it's definitely a diligent process. So anything else for the good of the cause? And if there's not, I would accept a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you, Melissa.
Second.
Thank you, Phil. All those in favor? Okay, thank you guys so much again for making it.